Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. A big play there on the first play of the game. 48 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this is taking that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
The Jackson going to hold on to it again.
An unlucky number here, a loss of 13 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman, 33 yards. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They'll be led out by a man who took that huge jump everyone had hoped for in year 2. One of the game's brightest young stars, and that's Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Returnable here from the 38.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Three and a half to go, first quarter. Edwards now on 1st and 10.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Here's 2nd and 3. ETN on the toss right, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
This is fielded at the 27. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and the Ravens will take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. That's going deep for Bateman. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again, escaping the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now looking deep here for Flowers. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. It's a big play there for Baltimore, and even 50 yards. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 18 yards for Gus Edwards. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now Lawrence to throw. A short throw to Ingram. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Jackson throwing complete there to Flowers.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. Forced, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 1st down, right back to ETN.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Play action. It's Lawrence. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Lawrence firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this will remain a 23-point deficit.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
That's going deep for Bateman. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens. Well, no sooner do the teams get to the locker rooms, and they're running right back out. Halftime over, 3rd quarter, ready to go. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Lawrence. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2nd down and 8. Another tote for Etienne. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards
yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. Here's Lawrence. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now, and it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. Shouting defenders at the 15. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
And that's caught inside the 35. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Lawrence on third down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Throwing is Jackson. A slant route caught by Bateman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's going deep for Bateman. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game. But it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
Well, these defensive backs have been getting torched all game long, and finally, a small measure of revenge here. That time the coverage downfield is excellent, and they're right there to battle for the football and force the incomplete pass.
Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll look to ETN to start things out. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got him. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Logan Cook now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And it's fielded at the 34. Oh, nice move. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Oh, and now some space to operate. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Jackson now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
On first down, Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down at a yard. Lawrence going to throw again.
A short throw to Ingram. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. But they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On first and 10, it's Lawrence.
A short throw to Ingram. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Now Lawrence.
And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there, second down.
Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And quickly, they get to the line.
Now Lawrence on third and long.
And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram.
And the Jaguars are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step.